Hi, I'm Lee Doran. This is another video for Beaver Falls Businesses, bfbusinesses.org. I'm here with Jim Moore, and we're here in the Antique Emporium in Beaver Falls on 7th Avenue. What is the actual address here?
818 7th Avenue.
818 7th Avenue in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. I'd like to ask you why you picked Beaver Falls to start a business.
Well, it's a hustling, bustling steel city, and it was where the heart of the valley shopped.
Okay.
Years and years ago. I lived up on the hill for about 45 years, and steel was all over the valley. J&L was working, B&W was working, everyone was working, and so I worked at Arco Polymer. It was a laboratory for polystyrene.
Okay.
About 14 years there, and this was where everybody was from,
Okay.
the valley here.
Right. What got you interested in antiques and collectibles?
Well, it was history.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked history, and whenever my regular job had gone away, and I was dabbling in apartments, I had bought, well, like one a year I'd buy an apartment building, overhaul it, and rent it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had like 15 units, and it was just like a second job. Actually, I ended up with 3 jobs: my hourly job, my apartment job, and my antiques as a hobby.
Right.
It became full-time. But yes, I did that for working shifts for so many years, and one at a time things changed. The job went away. I said, well, since I was a dealer down here, I was the first person to come in and put something in this building for sale, because this was an up-and-coming thing. We've been here we're in our 34th year. But when you go back in history, 34 years back, there's no such thing as an antique mall.
Okay. So you innovated and made something that there wasn't before.
Almost.
Almost.
The fellow had a furniture store here.
Mm-hmm.
Was going under because all the furniture stores were going down and the furniture wasn't selling.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, what will they do with my big furniture store?
Mm-hmm.
And so he went out east, looked around, he said, something called an antique mall, where they sell the furniture, sell the antiques for you. You don't have to be there. So since I was selling at a flea market here or there, antique malls, a few other places, I said, perfect thing for me. My things would be out for 7 days a week.
Right.
So I came down and talked to Fred, and he said he can put me anywhere in the building. It's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I want to be back in the corner, right back there. He goes, why in the world do you want to be in the corner back there? I said, because my booth is going to be the busiest in your whole shop, and when they say, which one is he in? He says, the second, the third, is it on the right or the left?
Mm-hmm.
You go in the door, back in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that.
So you started here, which it was a furniture store to begin with, and you started the antique mall in the corner.
Well, he started, he put a thing in the paper saying, new concept, an antique mall.
Right.
Where they'll sell the things for you. You don't have to have their, be there.
Right.
So it's a new concept. And I said, well, that's for me. I can still do other things and have my antiques for sale.
Right.
So I just rented the back corner.
Right.
And other people started filling in here and there, and then the whole 3 floors were rented, and the way it was going.
Right.
And as people got older, and economics changed, and they'd come and go, and sometimes they would just clear out, sometimes they would move to another area, sometimes they would quit the business, and they might sell you part of the stock, decide the showcases, whatever.
Right.
So it just grew, and grew and grew. So we always advertised 75 booths.
Right.
And 3 floors, and it was the largest one around.
Right. I am always amazed how much inventory and stuff you have here. I mean, there is something for everyone in here. If you've never been to the shop, it is definitely worth the trip, and it is definitely something to behold.
7th Avenue, the main street. This was the main artery that ran this valley.
All right.
And as things changed, they said they were going to build this new highway called Route 60. And they're going to build this hospital, a large hospital out there.
Yeah.
And they were going to do, and all those things happened. And then the economy took a big dip.
Yeah.
So you just ride it out and changed to the economics.
Right.
So I still on it, still riding that bucking bronco here.
Yeah, what I'm going to ask you is maybe you can take me around. I'm going to do a longer video at the end, but maybe show me some of the highlights of some of the items you have here.
Certainly.
Maybe talk about them, and then I'll do a longer video at the end with some of the items, and then we'll be off to the races.
All right.
All right.
All right, very
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
All right.
You go back in time and you bring things out. This was 20 years of fighting barbarians and taming dragons. This is with Cooper's Lake. This was the Pennsic Wars. I was there for 20 years. This was always 2 weeks in the summer. 12,000 people, 3,000 in armor coming to fight. But
That's a lot of
they're all
people.
friends. But they did. This is about, I guess, the 45th year. of doing
Wow.
this. So I was there for 20 years, and I'd go up and set up my camp. Here's our pennants from our clan, Sanctum Marcia. That's Latin, and say Latin, and something else for, it means Sanctuary of Mercy. And we got 2 pennants. This is the pennants that are on our battle tents.
Right.
Now all this is made up because on the other side over here, there is the rampant lion. That came off of a pub in London. So we copied basically the lion. The falcons, the royal falcons up here, that came off of English banks.
Okay.
And they changed their signs, they changed logos. Well, those are found up in New York.
Wow.
And he said, "You want to buy one?" No, I want to buy all of them. So we have 3 for here. And 1 was traveling with me at the wars. But there's so many things here. Nothing is for sale in the lounge. This is my battle trophies.
Right.
And I said the most tender and gentlest thing in here was my first teddy bear, right there. Of course, he was in armor, just like me.
I'm getting a shadow. Trying to. There we go.
My first teddy bear, and that's also a maybe item.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of smiling items. There's battle scenes, photographs, armor, chainmail, things I picked up in lots of different places.
Right.
This famous sword in the stone.
Yeah. Has anybody been able to pull it out yet?
Well, there's another story about it.
Yeah.
This was a cigar advertisement
Oh wow.
called Excalibur. And this came in, and I said, I couldn't use a cigar advertisement back here, but I will disguise it with a Belgian tapestry, and it'll fit in just fine.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, but this was where I said 20 years of battling barbarians, and we a few drinks together occasionally.
Yeah.
But it was a sight to see. And this is a quiet place. No battling back here.
Yeah.
But we'll show you around our amazing museum with price tags.
Right. And there's 3 floors of it.
3 floors.
Do you know how many square feet there are here?
Oh, no.
A lot.
When you have the whole downstairs, sometimes you can take a picture from up there and see how wide this is here.
Right.
And there's a full upstairs, both sides full.
Right.
The mezzanine's full.
Right.
The lower level's filled.
Right.
So
Something for everyone.
it is something for everyone. All time periods.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I did was when I laid it out in subjects.
Right.
So it's all different subjects. There's one booth up here that's got 500 pieces of great-grandma's kitchen. Everything in that is a great-grandma kitchen, 1840s to 1940s. Everything in it. And upstairs we have a 50s kitchen,
Okay.
50s booth. We have a mezzanine. There's medical science. There's a musical section, a baby section, men in armor type sections. There's a girl section with all kinds of ladies things.
Right.
A bottle section, World's Fair case, and just in case, we have something for everyone.
Right.
This was my first antique. It's a walnut, hand carved. There's a knight in the center with standing lions, all pierced, needlepoint seat. And when I was working shifts, getting a nap through the day, I heard a bullhorn yelling, something outside, so I woke up and looked out, and here there's an auction about 4 houses down from me. I go down and see what they had.
Right.
And they were just taking this out of the house. Everybody was out in the yard and some chairs. And they said, they're going to sell this. And I looked at that and said, I like that. So I bought it, took it home, put it in my living room. And my wife came home from work and she said, I see something's been added to the living room. I said, well, yes, it has. She says, that looks expensive. I said, oh, it was. She says, where did you get the money for that? I said, oh, our checkbook. She goes, oh, don't use the checkbook. That's our mortgage and our food money. She suggested that I buy nuts and bolts and small things,
Right.
sell them,
Right.
and take the profit from that, and then you can go buy something nice. So I said, yes, dear, and developed it day and night for so many years, and here we are.
Sometimes the antiques, it's more interesting the story behind it than, or sometimes the story is actually more interesting than the pieces.
Yes.
And I thank you for sharing that with us.
Mm-hmm.